For years, people have wondered what would Disney do if they built a fifth theme park at Walt Disney World in Florida. I'd been thinking about it. I finally decided to take a step forward with it. Had somebody design this, sort of some concept art of our own fifth gate. What would we do? And so I asked two great guys, Jim of More Sunshine Please and Robfuz, seen here with his buddy Bon Jovi, join me for this live stream where we would explore this idea, kind of a quest. So we got together and we talked about creating our own fifth where we would explore this idea. Kind of in episode 1, we talked about each of our themes, and Jim was based on the Americas, Rob's was Elements, and mine was based on a trip through the galaxy. In episode 2, we were fortunate to have Road Trip Dave and Derek of D&G Explorers help us create the park and start to come up with some of our own ride ideas. In episode 3, we had Arnie from Pepper Tree Villa join us for a look back at the theme park's greatest hits and how would we integrate aspects of those great rides from the past into the theme park. In episode 4, we were very fortunate to have Josh of Resort TV 1 join us, and we talked about one of our favorite topics in this community, retro Disney. And really, we looked back at the old Disney, we looked at the World's Fairs. How would we build elements of those great attractions and parks into the fifth gate? And tonight, we're going to talk about the design of the theme park, the fifth gate. So we're very fortunate to have a special guest with us here tonight. We hope you enjoy it. All right. Welcome, everybody. Hey, look at who we have here. We have my good partners, Jim from More Sunshine Please, Robfuz, my man.
Hey, guys.
And our good friend, Charlie from Dizney Nerd Herders. Charlie, thank you for joining us for episode 5.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
Man, guys, this has been quite a journey, and it's a little sad because we planned 6 episodes. We're here at episode 5, but maybe we're talking about maybe going on. So it's all cool. Jim, how are things going? Give us a little update on More Sunshine, please.
Thank you, Dean. Good to be here. More Sunshine, please. I live in Florida, so my channel is Disney World centric. But I've, for some reason, haven't been able to get to the parks lately. So, I've been doing what I can, doing a lot of live streaming from home, as we all have. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel of what I can release, what I had in the can. I just released another 360-degree video from Living with the Land. So I think I'm done with all of those videos for now until I can get back there. But normally, I like to vlog from the parks, and I do some Disney picture quizzes and live streams. That's my thing. So yeah, until I can get back there, I'll just keep doing what we've all been doing, going live, having each other on our shows, and just trying to live in the Disney community and enjoying it. So thanks again for having me, Dean.
Oh, definitely. And honestly, check out Jim's video from earlier tonight, just in case you haven't, where he talks about his top 15 quotes from attractions at Disney World. I thought that was really good.
Thanks, Dean.
Mr. Robfuz.
Love your topics. Yeah, it's great. Hey, Dean, how's it going? Hey, guys, how's everyone doing today? I can't believe it's episode 5 already. I was doing my show last week. I just couldn't remember the episode, but I know it now. It is episode 5. So again, Dean, thanks for having us on. And if you guys haven't checked out The Live Place, theliveplace.com. It's like the TV guide of YouTube. I go there all the time. And definitely check out this channel, youtube.com/theliveplace. And my channel is Robfuz. I do some retro videos. I do a live show every Friday at 4 o'clock. And I've been doing some gaming, believe it or not. I brought in a secret weapon. John Fuzz is in the house. I brought him in. He loves Animal Crossing. And we've been doing some Animal Crossing, some game streams. So it's just been fun. So, and I'm just honored to be here. And I got some great guys here. So,
yeah, John is your son's name?
Yeah, John Fuzz and Rob Fuzz.
Yeah, he's awesome, man.
He's been wanting to come on for years. So I said, you know what? Let's do it.
It was good to see him.
Yeah. Charlie, I've known you for a while. I think most everybody here in the chat knows you, but tell us a little bit about you and Stacy and what Dizney Nerd Herders is all about.
Well, we are located in Massachusetts, so we would love to be Disney World centric, but not yet. We do a lot of Disney videos. We go there at least once a year, so we do end up doing a lot of Disney World videos. But we also focus on autism awareness. My son Avery is autistic, and we also focus on cancer treatment awareness and cancer type things, and fundraisers for cancer. I've had cancer in the past twice now. And so we try to raise awareness on that, as well as theater issues. Sophie, my daughter Sophie, loves theater and music. So we try to do things when she wants to get involved. We try to get her involved. She's a typical teenager who does not like to be involved in a lot of things at the moment. But yeah, we go live on Sunday mornings with our Lazy Sunday Morning show at 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings. And then we have our Not Quite Ready for Prime Time on Tuesday nights. On Wednesday nights at 7. I watch Jim on Tuesday nights. I don't know why I keep on saying Tuesday nights.
I appreciate that.
Ours is Wednesday nights at 7. We're going to try focusing more coming up. We're going to be trying to focus more on family vlogs and live streams and a little bit more homey type personal stuff. So we're thinking about doing that. We're going to add that to our list of things that we cover going forward.
I love your style, the way your family does stuff. I remember the restaurant video, for example. I thought, thanks for inviting us along with that little quaint dinner.
Oh, we love our diner. It's been closed. We've been doing takeout, but not the same. We want to be in there with our coffee cups and it's a great little place.
Yeah. Just a quick shout out to Zippity Doodad. Has a new announcement today. That's awesome. We love you. It's awesome, dude. Spoiler alert.
Did anyone see that coming, by the way? I did not.
You know, when I saw the stream start and there was all three of them sitting there, I figured it out, believe it or not, and I knew it right away, which was awesome. It was really cool. Good way to do it, though. Hey, Rachel, too.
Patrick, congratulations. All right, Rob. I'm going to turn it over to Rob after I greet everyone in the chat here, so I'll do the best I can. Downscale, so good to see you. Nice to have you here. Charlie's here, obviously. And Grace F., good to have you here. Pearl Manhattan. Alex Bruner. Russ Stapleton, good to see you, sir. Russ is a new streamer to the live place, and so check him out. Uper Wisdom Videos, good to have you here. Thanks for joining. Captain Akron 27. Let's see. It's Joey's World. Hey, Lisa, Keith, and Joey, good to see you.
Joey crew.
There's Rob Fuzz.
It's me.
And what's that?
Nothing. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. All right. I'm going. Tracy Glenn, good to see you. I was on with Tracy last week, and that was a blast. Thanks for having me on with you and Kenzie. I'm almost there. Finn O'Sullivan, good to have you here. Haven't seen you in a little while. Kay Atwood, good to have Kay in the house. And I am almost Patrick, of course. Again, we're just so happy for you. Hey, there's D&G Explorers. Hey, Derek and Gregory. By the way, I'll mention really quickly, I'm going to be on their show tomorrow night. So
nice.
That. And Rachel Loves Disney. Good to have you here. And I think I got everybody. If I'm a little behind, I apologize. Anyway, we're talking about something really great tonight. I'm going to let Rob Fuzz take over. So thanks, buddy. Take it over.
What? I'm like it. Hey, guys. Okay, so we're here at Fifth Gate, episode 5, talking about design. I love that intro. It was really good. Dean didn't want to play it at first, but we saw it. We loved it. That's what we love about Dean. The intro was amazing, Dean. Good job. So it kind of did go over the last 4 episodes, which we talked about. So kind of paraphrased everything. You did a great job. So tonight, I'm just kind of reading the description here. We're going to talk about, like I said, design. Design really covers anything outside the rides, aspects of how we lay out the park, and what elements we would include, like technology, lighting, water elements, stuff like that. So let's just see my notes here. So, okay, so let's go around the horn. I'm going to start with this guy right here, Charlie. Welcome, Charlie, to the fifth gate. So talk about what you think. You know, if Disney would make a fifth gate, what kind of elements would you incorporate into that park that would make it special, unique? You know, something that would make it stand out.
Thank you for asking. See, I had a big ideas for my theme parks, and design wise, I think that a lot of theme parks nowadays, they don't use a key area of space in any parks. You need to start thinking three-dimensionally, right? You need to start building upward. That's what I'm thinking. You know, you have, especially nowadays, right? You have parades and fireworks where all the crowds are on one dimension. They're all on the ground, right? I think you need to start building multiple levels, multiple viewing areas, multiple pathways over, like, imagine walking down Main Street and you had some pathways that are like on a second level, or crossing the street. You can have people going under, you can have people going over, spacing people out, which is probably what's going to be needed in the future, maybe especially in the near future. Imagine a theme park that was multiple tiered. It's almost like one of those chess boards. You ever see one of those chess games that have multiple levels? And you know, the chess pieces on, it'd be like that, except it'd be a theme park.
It's like that Star Trek, Star Wars chess set kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I like
and
that.
Multiple levels, but you know, you're having walkways. They don't have to be dangerous walkways, and they don't have to be walkways that are taking away the view of certain areas. But in some areas of parks, you think it would make sense to have different levels where people can walk over certain things or walk under certain things if they had to. And again, especially when it comes to parades or viewing areas for fireworks or something like that, if you had multiple tiers, you could spread the crowds out. Instead of being 6 feet apart, you could be 6 feet up too, you know, and you can do probably 2 or 3 levels being pretty safe. Still, I'm thinking about the Florida parks specifically. You know, of course they have always had these height limits where you can only go so high without having to put blinkers on them and stuff like that. But I don't think that comes into play at all in regards to crowd control or in directing crowds and spacing them out. So I think upward is the key, and I think upward is the future of theme parks.
I love that.
That?
That's great, Charlie. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We're only 14 minutes in. We can't drop any mics yet. So
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't be terribly unlike like the concourse in an arena or like a baseball stadium or something like that. You know, you got the multiple tiers, or a cruise ship. You know, they kind of do that right now. Or you know, malls. You know, have done stuff like that. Certainly.
Yeah. Try to
just
think
on a wider scale.
I was trying to think more, not arena-like or ship-like, but more like walkway, pathway, different type of things that keeps the sky still open and it keeps the views pleasant, but adding some dimensions in certain spots in key spacey, futuristic type way. You know,
I like that. That would be a great addition to Tomorrowland to really build the interior and everything too. Like that alone.
I have a tag on thought to that. Did you guys ever hear rumor of them building a restaurant dining area on top of one of the nations around the Epcot, so that during the show that there would be a viewing area and you'd be eating up there? Have you heard that?
I thought it was in Future World.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe that was it.
There is something that's in that Future World video on Disney Plus that shows it up there. But it should be done. I've been telling Stacy that forever. They should be having more rooftop dining all around Epcot, especially World Showcase. Those would sell out like that. You know, it's just insane.
At night, you could see the illuminations or whatever they call it now. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be amazing.
That's a really good idea.
You know, I noticed that when you see designs of not talking Disney, but the new Nintendo park that's in Japan and it's coming to Florida. Their new gate. They kind of have that idea, that concept. They kind of level, the rides are kind of high, and some of their artwork and stuff are all around it. It looks kind of cool. So it kind of goes along the lines of what you're thinking. So I think that's a great idea.
Good call, Tracy Glenn. Coruscant.
That concept would be good in Dean's Park, his futuristic park too.
That is
Yes.
exactly
Yeah.
Jim, what were you thinking?
You know,
Come up with some ideas.
piggybacking on that, I had a thought earlier today because I wasn't only considering my idea for a park when I was thinking of ideas, but about what the parks may need to be going forward. And certainly immediately where we're considering social distancing and all that. And I know one of the topics perhaps we were going to cover tonight were parades or fireworks shows or something like that. What if, and I kind of feel like Dean right now, but what if there were like a Skyliner system in a park, but it was designated for like a sky parade? And then so the floats would be above everybody. They wouldn't have to gather on Main Street, to see the parade. They can be wherever they are in the park and see it. So you wouldn't have the crowds gathering there. Floats would have to, I don't know how they do it. I didn't think it through. It was just kind of the beginnings of a thought, but, and they could even, have a skyway and then, 2 hours before showtime, close it down and get ready for the sky parade or something like that. I mean, it was, when trying to think of, design for my fifth gate, I was thinking, well, certainly wider walkways, maybe something less like Main Street and more like whatever they call it in Animal Kingdom. That's much wider, or once you get past the, where the fork in the road, that is. But when you're right there, when you finally get to see the Tree of Life, that's much wider than Main Street is. So, wider walkways. Charlie mentioned it, and it's a great idea. Going upward. Different levels. So when I was thinking about a design for a park, it was we've got to consider the theming of our park, whether it's Elements or America or whatever, but we also have to kind of consider a new reality also. So I don't know exactly how the sky parade would work, but I was kind of inspired by the water pageant in Seven Seas Lagoon, but it would just be, different.
So they have
more vertical.
I love the sky parade idea because they do have roller coasters that they have suspension roller coasters that actually hang from the track instead of being on the track. You ever seen those, like the Big Bad Wolf in Williamsburg?
Not unlike Soarin', where your feet are down.
Yeah, but
it's
but
kind of like
you can have floats suspending from a track, and everyone can be looking at those too. And that would be awesome. The track wouldn't get in the way because they're hanging below the track.
Right, and for a Thanksgiving Macy's parade or something, everybody's looking up at the the big balloons anyway. So it's not,
I like it.
Disney did the balloon thing in like the 20th anniversary with the big Mickey and the big. They went balloon crazy for a while there.
They did
have some stuff, but they didn't float in the air, like they were just kind of stationary, but definitely could see that. I'm thinking Minicot here, Dean, like that they would have the whole soaring vehicles all down Main Street. They would get in and then they would just lift it and then they would have a double stack, just like Charlie's concept there. So
oh wow. That's
creamy
good. I don't know if I clued in on this right, but I had the experience. What are the rocket ship rides in Tomorrowland called?
Astro Orbiters?
Is that what it is?
Astro Orbiters, right?
We went on it at night once when the fireworks show was going on, And I can just tell you that experience was just a rush. It was amazing. Of course, you only saw it, and then you turn around and you have
Yeah.
exactly.
Like one of those.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Dean, what were you thinking? That was a great idea, Jim. I love it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Anything else to add to that, guys?
I'll just say I was inspired also by that poster right there. That's from D23. I know you can't see it, but there's Mickey, and then all of the characters there are flying characters. Iron Man, Dumbo, Eve from Wall-E. There's a bunch of them. So you have all of these characters and Disney entities that are in the air, that could be built into a sky float or a parade. Can you imagine the Millennium Falcon float flying overhead or something like that? So,
Or the Mandalorian jetpack parade. We have a bunch of Mandalorians flying.
OMG.
Oh, and they did that at remember, Rob? They did that at Disneyland when they opened. They had the guys in the packs.
What happened to those guys? I think me and you talked about this one. What happened to those guys? Like,
Why wasn't that a thing? Too dangerous, probably.
Someone must have not did well with it. So
Yeah.
the liability is not good, I guess. Dean, what were you thinking this week? What were you thinking for design?
I'm gonna start a little more simple. So I got my
I was thinking I'm starting simple too. I like it.
This is simply it is water everywhere. So do you remember the first time you went near the Imagination Pavilion and you saw the water shooting over?
Yeah.
I'm like gonna put unique stuff everywhere with music, because of course that makes it so. That's my idea, Rob. Is I'm just simply saying we're gonna hire. Well, John Williams, I think it's going to be a little too old by the time we get our fifth gate design. But somebody like that, Hans Zimmer, or somebody to come in and to create the greatest music, all syncopated to the water shows that are everywhere. And they can even, I want to add to it and say, they'll tell a story. I've said this before, but as you're walking through the park, I want a story to unfold. So it's like as I'm going through the park, I'm learning different things and I'm hearing a story, kind of like it was one ride. So that's my idea.
I love it. Very cool.
There are a lot of possibilities there, and Disney already does a few things like that. You mentioned the Imagination Water Ballet. I don't know what they call it, but the World of Color in Anaheim. That's an amazing show.
Such a good show.
Yeah, and we the one they have in Animal Kingdom as well. The seed is there. I like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like that. My idea this week, I kind of came up with it this week, actually. Josh over at Resort TV one a couple, I think, was it a week or two ago? He did the holidays part 1, and then this week he did holidays part 2. And I kind of, ding, my light went off, my retro videos and everything. I kind of figured, I think the Osborne lights would be great for his stream. So I brought it in, and just to kind of, put the Osborne lights on your channel in May, the middle of May, it's just kind of silly. But you know what? I looked at it, and it's such a cool experience. And I had 2 different versions of the retro. One, you walked in the back lot. It was kind of cool. The other one, they set up the city block. I forget what they call that. And they had that element in there. And then in the comments, I put on my comments, I said, hey, what would you want the Osborne lights back, and where would you put it? And it was funny. Our buddy Noah, he said, I'd put it in the Magic Kingdom or a Fifth Park. And I was thinking to myself, wow, that would kind of be cool, like to have like something of that element where you would have at night, you would turn and I think it kind of incorporates and I'm building here with it, guys. It kind of incorporates in all our concepts we talked about actually already. Put it throughout the whole park. And it doesn't have to be a Christmas theme. could be a Christmas theme. They could theme it to different things and everything, but have like one of those amazing, like you go to those the Christmas light fight, you know, like that show, and you see the Osborne lights and everything. Just have that incorporation, like maybe even, I don't know, at the last hour of the night or whatever. Have the whole park light up as like a Christmas show, you know, / light show. I think that would be so cool.
That would be amazing. And
Yeah.
you know, in Disneyland, you know, their castle's much smaller, so they couldn't have a show just like Happily Ever After. So a lot of their projections are on the buildings on Main Street,
Right?
which is awesome. They should do that in the Magic Kingdom as well.
That was my next
but
thing.
yeah, slow your thunder. Sorry.
That's all right. That's cool. We could talk about it. Yeah, I love that projection mapping.
Yeah.
Charlie's like, "What's projection mapping?" In our
I know
notes.
it is now.
It's
I
true.
was
That's cool. It's cool. It's like not everyone knows what it's called and everything, but as soon as Dean said it, you knew what it was. So
yeah.
but yeah, Jim, I agree with you. Projection map everything. So I'll never forget. I think I talked about this once. Sorry, Dean. I talked about this once. I went to a hockey game and they projection mapped the entire ice rink, and that's where I really fell in love with projection mapping. And way before Disney did it. Go ahead, Dean. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just got a message from my sister. This is funny. See if
It's hard to read.
show up. It says, "When does Disney reopen?"
That's the $1 million question.
Just say Saturday. Just mess with her.
Well, she wanted to go to Disney Springs with a handful of people. Rob, with your idea, and I've thought of this before, is remember what Doug said when he was on and he was talking about seasons? Couldn't you take the Osborne light thing and the projection mapping? Could you do a seasonal change?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, that was always my concept with these rides and everything. The projection mapping, you could do whatever the heck you want. You could change it like on a whim, you know, just got to develop it. You can just change. That's what I like about it, though, because it could be different. So,
Want to say hello to Rhonda from Phantasmic Chronicles, and I saw Amy from AGC Magic TV.
Hey,
and there's Amy. And then also, I think big Disney fans saying goodnight. So there we go. Rob, take it over.
very cool. All right, back to Charlie. Any other ideas for some design elements you would add into a fifth gate?
Yeah, I got tons of ideas. It's just
I love it.
how do we go about them? That's the question.
Well, it's great
right?
because I had some ideas and you guys just kind of inspired me as we go. That's what I love about this show. Just kind of snowballs and I come up with great ideas too.
It's a brainstorming session. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
See, yeah, some other design issues I had in regards to traffic flow and using like water elements and hedge elements. I think you got to be, I love adding water elements here and there. I would avoid large pools of steady water because that attracts mosquitoes. But I would design stuff, like
Did you ever see a
interesting
mosquito?
waterfalls and. I'm sorry.
When did you ever see a mosquito in Disney World? I never have.
Well, they have magic plants that keep them away, right?
Just sorry, Joe.
Yeah, but with in regards to they could strategically placed waterfalls and fountains and hedges can work wonders in crowd control. Obviously you can see it throughout the hub in Magic Kingdom, how they have bridges and everything is everybody's spread out and whatnot. They do a really good job there.
I love waterfalls, so it's a good tip.
Yeah, and another key which when I was thinking about, especially during special events and whatnot, is walkways that you can expand, especially during times like after like a major parade or whatever, to help get people out of the park quicker. How, especially, how Magic Kingdom, you can have those avenues that they open up sometimes during really, really heavy times. That should be something incorporated in every park where you can have, okay, this is time to get the people out and you open up the gates, let them out in different ways than just the main gate where everyone's funneling, where you're talking about bottlenecks where people just get irritated and it's the end of the night and they're tired and you're just grumpy or whatnot. that's the time they want to get out quickly. So open up all the extra avenues for them to escape a park. That's another thing I was thinking about. Obviously it's you want to keep people happy, but when they want to leave, you want to be able to get them out quickly and safely.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think with that's Magic Kingdom is most people's favorite park, but I get very claustrophobic at certain spots in that park, and that's why, to your point, Charlie, open it up.
Right around Casey's Corner, right? That's the bottleneck area where everyone is coming from all the sides and everything. They're all cramming into that Main Street right at the top there. It's like, especially around 4th of July or New Year's Eve, it's insane.
Yeah.
You could also incorporate water into cooling stations and misting stations too. That's something that's neat, especially in Florida, hot climates. If your park, I don't know where your parks are going to be. Probably right next to Orlando, right? Probably.
Why not?
That's a good question.
Where are you going to your parks?
Well, I think we considered it would be on the existing property. Not that we know the logistics of that, but they've got 38 square miles. They have some room.
Yeah, and to touch upon what Rob said, I don't know, do we want to mention projection mapping? Because if we're going to get into that, then there's so much you can do. Once the projection mapping program is in the program, right? The lights it's not like you have to interchange lights and stuff. It's something that it can all do. So you can have like 10 different programs all set up. You can have, you can do like stuff all over the parks, spread out the crowds, have different shows in different parts so that people are venturing out into the parks and trying to see the different projection mapping shows in different areas of the park. But you could also do them hour by hour. 10 o'clock is Halloween, 11 o'clock is Christmas, midnight's 4th of July or New Year's Eve, and all this stuff is in the program. So it's not like you have to change, like not like the old days where you have to dress up the castle and then change the castle. You have to put on orange lights instead of Christmas lights or whatever. It's something that's like automatic with projection mapping, right?
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
They got to get in the here and now, man. It's all about time.
I took the behind the scenes tour, and you kind of really get a concept of how the parade works. Like that's kind of the way they end the tour. Like you go backstage, you see it, you go on the utilidors, you kind of go under the castle, you see the way the parade moves around, the way they technically do it. So the thing could move around like the parade, like just like that concept of Magic Kingdom would be really cool.
Yeah.
It would be even the same, it's the same thing, but yeah. I like it. Very cool.
Well done.
Anything else to add to that, guys?
I think maybe the concept of a main street just won't work anymore. I mean, everything they built years ago was seemingly on a much smaller scale. I'm thinking of Main Street and like Charlie just said, by Casey's Corner, everybody squeezing into one roadway there, or even ride queues. I'm thinking specifically of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and the that was built 75,000 years ago. Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but it's much smaller. I mean, you've really got to squeeze in there. So anything you do now is got to be wider. And whether it's lines or park exit. So I'm thinking no more Main Street, although, we all love Main Street. It looks fantastic. But for what we have to deal with now, perhaps maybe 3 main streets in the front of the park or something like that. I don't know. You got to kind of have to rethink things like that. I guess that's why we're here. That's what we're doing here today.
That's right.
Well, that was my next kind of thing. I'll go if that's all right. I want to do kind of like stress what Jim said, like the lines, the cues. I love like the interactive line in like Winnie the Pooh and all the different stuff. And I love the new direction like Galaxy's Edge takes with the animatronics and all that side of stuff. So every single ride would have a killer queue, killer area. Incorporate animatronics, incorporate everything. Just spend as much money on the queues as the ride, so the actual queue would be the ride. I think it would be really cool. So Dean had in the notes, how would you utilize a smartphone? Maybe you could even, Disney has some kind of smartphone apps, but really centric on people, their communications, and the lines. I think it just that the combination of your smartphone and the interaction with lines would just, you would want to take the lines. You would want to walk in the lines. You want to be dreading them. So
If I can tag on to that with the smartphone, I always thought with escape rooms, could you build sort of a larger perspective escape room or sort of a treasure hunt kind of thing with the smartphone app? And I've never been on a Disney cruise, but I know that they build certain things like into the walls and people have to go and do something and figure something out. Integrate that with the smartphone app and make the and give people a way to experience the park without having to be on rides, but finding things, like you would have hidden Mickey or something like that.
There in Adventureland, there is a pirates themed hunt. Charlie, are you familiar? Have you guys done that?
Yeah, I love the maps. I have them around here somewhere, but
and it incorporates your magic band, right?
Like,
do you touch your magic band to stuff?
Yes, I believe you touch it to. Yeah, there's different things.
I haven't done it, but I've seen people do it, and it looked like a lot of fun. But yeah, expand that, Dean, and it's just it's a for the pirate one in particular. There are things that pop out of the water, and it looked really, really cool.
Huh.
It is cool, and it sticks all to Adventureland, that area. It's not going too far. Like the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom go all over the park. So sometimes it'll keep you in one area, but then it sends you to the next area, whatever. And that obviously you engulf the entire park. This one is a shorter version of that, I guess. It's giving you clues just around Adventureland, and it's definitely still cool thing to do. We liked it, and you get to keep the maps, and they're really they're cool souvenir maps. I would like to frame them, put them on my wall.
Huh.
Yeah, that sorcerers thing was kind of the first thing of its kind in the parks, was it not? The sorcerer one, and then Epcot had the Kim Possible,
and then it went to
Perry the Platypus. Yeah.
Perry.
And then they were making it, and I don't know if it ever opened up, but it was going to be a DuckTales themed one.
I think they're working on that. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't that during last time we were there last summer. It wasn't that yet. So I think they were working on it though. I heard they were definitely working on it, like DuckTales.
And during the Epcot festivals, they have not a hide and seek, but like a scavenger hunt type thing for every festival where they hide the bee. I forget what the bee's name is. Stinger or something like that.
Spike, maybe?
Oh, Spike. I think you're right. Or Figment is hidden all over World Showcase. I dig things like that. That's fun.
Yeah, I agree. I love downscales comments. Definitely downscale. Keep them coming. Thank you.
I absolutely love things like that too, Jim. It's something that, unless you're looking out for it and you're playing that game, it's stuff that you can't, that regular guests that aren't playing the game, they can't see. And when you're playing the game and some other guest that's not playing the game is right next to you, they're all like, their eyes light up and they're like, wow, that was cool. And it piques their interest. And they ask you what you're doing and whatever. And it's like, okay. But it's, everyone loves the way that these things trigger different things.
Yeah.
It's kind of I wish they can bring it more to the major crowds that aren't playing the game. Like your 70-year-old lady ain't going to play those games.
Yeah.
But there's still cool stuff that they would enjoy to see, I think,
And what's interesting is the parks retrofit these things in there. So for our fifth gate, we have the opportunity to build it from the ground up and make something truly incredible. Can you imagine something the size of Spaceship Earth popping up out of I don't know. But one can dream. I
want to put a comment up here. It's a little big, but it's a really good one. So it's gonna. Sorry, guys. It's gonna.
It's
Orange Clone, sorry. Orange Clone blog says, with technology evolving, only time will tell what interactive elements will be incorporated that will be device-based, that will use data on your preferences, which create custom experiences. Okay, who here has seen the movie? Oh my gosh, what was it? It was Tom Cruise. Oh man, I'm forgetting the name of it. But he's walking through stores, and because it had technology that knew it was him, it was gearing the ads for him. So these holographic images were changing to something that he would be interested in. Man, I can't remember the movie.
Oh, was that? Oh, that sounds familiar. It wasn't Minority Report, was it?
Yes.
I was going to say that too.
Okay.
I was going to say that,
Yeah.
but I'm sure.
It was that one.
Awesome.
So that was a great point.
Disney's tried a lot of this technology out over the years. Like, I feel, I don't know. Like the hats and the lights and everything. Happy birthday, Mike. Hope you're doing good.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Mike Wheeler in the house.
But super special birthday month, Mike.
Birthday millennium. Yeah, but like they did the hats would change colors and the bands, and they've tried a lot of different technology. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
It just seems like they try stuff and it didn't really go over good, so let's just throw it away. Let's not go on it. So I don't know. All right, Jim, what do you think? What's your next idea? Inspire us.
I was thinking of theming, as a whole for the design of the park. And if I were to broaden my America idea as the theme of the park, I would probably, and we've mentioned this before, maybe 5 different lands: north, south, east, west, and maybe, I don't know, Heartland or something. And so each of these lands would have its own theme, of course, not unlike the Magic Kingdom. Each land has its own theme, but so for my 5th gate, the north would be maybe more rustic, maybe cabins, pine trees, stuff like that. That's not to mention any specific attractions, but just as a theme, we'd keep it very green. What I like about Blizzard Beach is they've got, it's a 95-degree day, but they've got snow covering Mount Gushmore or whatever they call it. But so I like that. So evergreens and cabins and snow. In the south, magnolia trees, orange groves. These would be smells, and I thought maybe the south could be a perpetual flower and garden festival. What I realized when I'm coming up with ideas for a 5th gate, and we've mentioned this before, but it's bringing back a lot of what we miss. So, or what we love, enhancing it, so I want for, in the east for my park, I want it to be a wharf. I want a 20,000 Leagues type ride, but it's like a New England fishing wharf type thing. And then or in the west, perhaps California beaches, a bit of Hollywood. Again, I'm trying to bring back the Great Movie Ride. But, it's each land is going to have its own regional flavor, like our country does. And certainly, and I've mentioned this before as well, I want Disney IP that doesn't have a great presence currently in the parks to have a presence in my park. So all those movies that we love that you just don't see in the parks, they're going to have a home in Disney America. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Doug. You had mentioned Dean. You had mentioned Doug's idea about the seasons, and that's such a better idea than my idea. So I'm gonna just say he had mentioned, winter, spring, summer, and fall. So, and they'd all blend into each other the way the seasons do. Again, winter, like Blizzard Beach, that's where the Christmas shop is. Spring would be very green. Perhaps that's where the flower and garden perpetual festival is summer. Doug mentioned like a county fair or a boardwalk, which kind of already exists in Disney's California Adventure. And then fall would be sort of rustic. And man, I want him to tell me more about that park. And I know you guys thought a bit about it too. I thought that was such a great idea.
It really was.
I wish I thought of it.
So, Jim, with your 20,000 Leagues, may I suggest a update to that and make it a Hunt for Red October?
Wow. Yes. Suggest away. Absolutely. Like it certainly, I don't want to bring back 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. We certainly need it updated with a bigger ride vehicle and things under the water than just plastic starfish and mannequin mermaids. Things that move would be awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, Tokyo had an updated version of it. I wasn't really impressed, I'll be honest with you. Thought it was alright.
Oh, really? Huh?
Yeah. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
We'll learn from that one, and we'll make it even better.
Better, yes.
Yeah.
All right, Dean, what's your idea? Bring it to the fifth gate here.
I'm looking at my list here, and so many good ones so far. I'm afraid of going backwards here, but some of mine are real simple. Let me go to this one. So Jim has talked about a more expansive people mover in the past because that's his favorite ride. And the way I'm picturing this park now is people mover goes everywhere and has a little more dimension to it. So simply this, that the people mover would be designed similarly to how it is now, where it's going through attractions, but we really already said this, which is I want it to go at different levels, and then I want it to be at some pristine spots, especially when the nighttime shows are going on. So yeah, that's not going to be fair to everybody. You got to get a little bit lucky or whatever, but I want to go on that ride at night, and I want to be moving and seeing these shows at the same time. So yeah, that's it.
I love the people mover idea. And like the Magic Kingdom, you have the hub and then the lands kind of circle the hub. But if I'm taking inspiration from the City of Tomorrow model on the people mover that you see, that just there are trains and roadways that jet out from the city center. So if we had a hub in our fifth park, instead of the lands circling the hub, there'd be roadways and people mover tracks that jet out from that hub. And then if we're really dreaming, each people mover car could be controlled by the occupant. So if you said I wanted to go to Adventureland or whatever land, you could program it to do so, and it would take you to the Adventureland station or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I'm dreaming. I'm again brainstorming. That's what this is about.
I like that, and it kind of does remind me more of the hub concept and the more options you had with Walt's original design with Epcot. And I did really quickly want to say hello to the Viapres, Duvili Cruz here. I saw LSU Mom. Good to see you, Emily. I know there was some other ones that joined and came over from Viapres. So thank you for joining us. We're having some fun here.
Sure. All right, back to you, Charlie. What do you think? I think this is going to be your last round, Dean, you think? Going around?
Let's see. What do we got? 920? One or two more, Rob. I'll let you call.
Okay.
So I want to touch upon what Dean said earlier regarding music. Music is a very big thing to me in regards to the parks. It triggers memories, it makes you feel at home. So to me, music is a catalyst to memories, right? Memories create nostalgia. and nostalgia creates loyalty. So if you can put
I like that.
a really, really compelling music score, not just on rides, but throughout the parks. I'm thinking, think about the music that you're walking through that's playing while you're walking around World Showcase. When you're in Canada, when you're in France, when you're in Italy. It triggers your memory, and it triggers this, it's warm fuzzy feelings. It triggers loyalty. You want to go back there. You want to experience that again. So I would spare no expense in regards to creating the musical scores around the parks to make sure that people are connecting to certain areas of parks, trying to tie the music in so that way it's almost like a fish hook. They hear music, they want to go back to that place or whatever. And, also create loyalty, also create, warm, fuzzy feelings so that way they keep coming back.
I get excited when you say fuzzy. Sorry.
Warm, fuzzy, warm Rob fuzzy feelings.
I love it. I missed the soundtracks growing up as a kid, like the Epcot soundtrack and everything. And I'm bringing Josh back into this again. Josh from Resort TV One, he just did that video today showing the empty Disney World, like a good photographer showing all the photos and everything. And he played some of the music, and I could literally hum the whole song. I could sing the lyrics. I could do all that stuff, and it definitely triggers my memory. So I love that, Charlie. It's a great idea. So
thank you.
Jim, what do you think?
Absolutely. When I was thinking of music for my park, it's hard not to think of what's not already being used in Disney parks already, in Liberty Square or the American Adventure. It's difficult to not just go colonial, but I love that stuff. I love walking around and hearing the fife or whatever, whether it's in the Hall of Presidents or whatever. So even though maybe it's been done, I've got to have it. But maybe for my park in particular, surf music. And again, this is it's been done. Disney's been done it, or Disney has done this already. Disney's been done it. I coined that phrase. I coined that. That's mine.
Disney's been done it.
But in the parks, I love the water parks. Typhoon Lagoon kind of already does this. They pump out Beach Boys and Bob Marley, and even though that's not original, it makes you feel awesome while you're there. So I agree with everything Charlie said. Charlie just said it better than I could even think it. But yeah, and I'm not a composer. I can't even speak to this very well. But just to that music, to have the feeling of each land is very important. I love walking into Adventureland and hearing the drums, and I love the synthesizers in Tomorrowland. So my challenge was to find something that's just a little more regional. That's a bit difficult for, say, the Northeast or something like that. So maybe that's just I don't know. I don't know what for that area or the Midwest. I don't, what do you go Motown? Do you just do something that's more folk music based? I'm not sure. I'd have to think about that more. But like the West, certainly. I mean, they do that in Frontierland. So maybe not reinventing the wheel is all I need to think about. Maybe the answer's already there.
I like it. Very nice.
Yeah.
Dean, what are you thinking?
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to put downscales thing back up here. That's why you shouldn't. It should be its own new thing. Then make movies about it. So that's actually a great thought that I'd never put down here. But I always thought with some of the epic movies they've made that have just been like larger than life, could you create a theme park sort of to take advantage of all the sets they put up and so forth. But with this, with the fifth gate, we've never talked about this. Like Tomorrowland, that some like Avery mentioned, could we have a movie that captures the spirit of this park so that the music that's used in the movie is also used in the park, in various ways. So there's a good connection element, I think, with that. So that wasn't even one of my ideas, Rob. It was just downscale. That was such a interesting thought. I don't know with that.
I love it. And I think that's going to be more jumping ahead here a little. I'm trying to go back on our thing. I think that's going to be episode 6 is going to be more like that,
Yeah.
Definitely don't miss episode. We have a date for that, Dean. Let's get a little plug in here too. We don't forget.
I've got that queued up for as
we'll talk about it later. But yeah, episode 6. The original concept. I'm going back to our original notes. Open forum. This will be a very interactive. Can't talk. This will be a very interactive and collaborative stream where we focus on the viewers and try to bring some of their ideas into the live stream. I think it's going to be really cool. So yeah, and I think it's going to be working good because we had a lot of good comments here. Thank you guys. So hopefully you guys, everyone who's here today, comes back for episode 6. So
yeah,
very cool.
That's pretty much what Epcot was, wasn't it? Was all brand new stuff. There wasn't a single. Was there a single?
Nope.
Disney entity that wasn't original in Epcot?
All
Nothing
new.
I can think of.
I think it was all new. Yeah.
We
love it.
I missed that. As I'm gonna steal Dean's quote. I missed that wonderment.
I love that. Nice.
Well, it was all new from a Disney perspective, but it was very World's Fair-ish. It captured that, and if you look at the World's Fairs, there was actually nation-sponsored areas. There was the futuristic attractions like Futurama. So I've been watching a lot of videos about this lately, and there's just a ton of stuff on it. So
Love it. Yeah. I don't know. Does the concept of the World's Fair fly in this year is cursed, but in the 20s, does it fly? Are people into a World's Fair? I just think, remembering back, I was always amazed by the World's Fair. Either the one that was 15 minutes from my house, it was before my time, but the one in Knoxville, the one, where's the other one's been? They keep trying and trying. What was the last World's Fair they had? It's been a long time. It's been at least years, no?
No, they're every year, but I think this year is supposed to be Dubai. I'm not sure if that's happening, but
they still do them every year?
I had no idea they were still doing them.
They're not anything like they used to be. They're more
trade showish.
What'd you say, Charlie?
Trade showish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
more like
trade showish. Yep, environmental, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Epcot downscale says Epcot was 100% IP Disney free.
Yeah,
which I loved. But you know what, though, when you think about it, though, as much as I loved Epcot and everything, they obviously they made a movie about the Pirates, Haunted Mansion, Tomorrowland. They've done all this stuff. They've never really taken a concept that they developed from the original Epcot and took it further anywhere else, which is fine. But maybe that's what makes it special. That's what makes it great. But
would it kill them to make a Figment movie?
It's amazing they haven't done anything with Figment beyond the park.
Yeah, never thought of that.
He's still around. He's still a mascot. I don't know. He still does stuff. The ride isn't really that great anymore, but they still kind of drag him out as their icon, so which is great.
Yeah, I'm glad he's still there. Yeah.
All right, I totally lost track. I guess we go back to Charlie, right?
Sure.
Or is it my turn? I don't even remember.
Oh, it's probably yours. Actually, it's yours, Rob, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's one element. I'm just going to kind of riff with you guys. One element that Dean brought up that we wanted to bring up was merchandise. I don't think we brought much into it. And I love that, Galaxy's Edge, I actually love what they did with a lot of the stuff, about the park. I think there was a lot of stuff that they wanted to do that they never did. Hey, Todd, that they wanted to do and they never did. I don't know. I wish like those original concepts and everything, I would definitely bring into our fifth gate. But I love like the droids, I love the lightsabers, and I just love those like the different things you can get throughout the years, like the gun in the Pirates of the Caribbean, like just certain little things that you could just pick up over the years and everything. Merch. Now you're talking, yes, Grace. But I don't know. How would you guys incorporate merchandise? Just something different, something new. I love the idea of buying it and it gets sent back to your room, whatever, or you could pick it up at the end of the day. I love merch. I love this stuff. I'm not a huge collector as I was when I was a kid, but how do we incorporate something where you could buy it or see it or do it, and you could pick it up at the end of the night? You don't have to drag it around all day or ruin it, whatever. What do you guys think?
They need to get into tomorrow. I think they should get rid of cashiers. They should just get rid of cashiers. They should have the merchandise, put your little band up there with the size, but maybe the phone app, but size, and boom, it's in your room. It's charged to your room. It's in your room.
Choose.
Or
you could pick it up here, or
don't even bother having to lug it out of the park. Because how many people can avoid carrying 10 bags out of the park? How many people would take advantage of that? That would be awesome.
Well, with Amazon, don't you think, and I'm not saying Amazon should do it, but the fact that you can get things at your home in 2 days, wouldn't you just maybe have it shipped to your home?
Yeah, 100%.
That's an option too.
Well, there's two concepts that Amazon really has. They have the 2 day, or some of the stuff you get the next. Well, obviously when there's not issues in the world, but you can get the next day. I love that idea. And then they have those stores where you walk in and they're like Charlie said, that's a great idea. Incorporate that Amazon store where you walk in and it just kind of detects your thing, and whatever you put in, you just walk out. Make it easier to buy the merchandise. That's awesome. Jim, any ideas on that too?
Yes, I was thinking during a downpour, you'll want to go buy ponchos. So you go buy ponchos, and they send them to your room. No,
that's right. Yeah.
No, I don't. I think that's amazing. I mean, certainly, and I joke, but there are things that you want for the parks, and usually that's for children, whether it be a balloon. And by the way, I can't believe balloons are still as popular as they are. How long do those balloons last?
They last pretty long.
They're cumbersome, and I don't know. Never been into the balloons. Anyway, keep the things. Maybe it's just the carts that they wheel out for the end of the day. Yeah, maybe that's all you need. Maybe you don't need much more than a scanning station.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not like they're helping you try on shoes or whatever else people buy. Can't even think right now.
Do you incorporate any of that stuff too? That your thoughts into there?
I'm sorry.
Ask Dean if he had anything to add to it.
No, these are good, but I've got a couple different ones that I'm going to try to throw in there.
Okay. Well, go ahead. It's your turn.
Well, I think we vetted out the merchandising well, and I could see that kind of thing happening. You look at, I had the tour of the Amazon plant, and that they have some stuff that they will ship to your home in 2 hours. 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. It's alcohol, actually.
I gotta go, guys.
All right. So really quickly, I'm gonna hit a couple that I'm not even gonna go into. Ground lights. You've seen those at Epcot. I love that, and I think they could do more with that.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah. We talked about special dining areas, maybe on rooftops, projection mapping, more elaborate, moving throughout the park. But the one thing I did want to say is the character meetups to me are, I don't know, I'm an analytical person. So it doesn't make sense to me that people can go up and take a lot of time and make people wait an hour or 2 hours to meet a character. That just doesn't settle well with me. So in my idea, picture something like the TTA where you're on it, and kind of like when you're at the Garden Grill in the land at Epcot, and the characters come to your table. The tables are moving around, and so with my idea, characters come for pictures, and it's a more measured experience, so more people get to have that. So again, Jim, I'm jumping on the people mover. I want to blow that out as you have, and fit a lot on there, characters.
I think that's the way they present presidents. I always call that presidential style. That you like walk around to the characters like that and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm not my kids have never been into character meet and greets, therefore I have never been. I don't love it.
okay.
I can't imagine wasting a fast pass on it. But that's me, and I know people think just the opposite of me. So perhaps what we need to do is create a separate building for character meet and greets, and we hop in our people mover car and we just go down the row, and it's all of the different characters, and they can have different themed areas where they are. But so if you want to waste a fast pass, I say waste. If you want to use a fast pass for a character meet and greets, you can do them all with one fast pass. I don't know. I'm again
like
brainstorming.
I got a thought on that. You're going through this building where you're having various character meetups, and at the end, Darth Vader is there with the lightsaber saying, "And how many would you like?" Where they taking the pictures and they want you to buy them. Wish I could.
And you have all of your pictures on a flash drive, and you've got to get it to Princess Leia. So you've got to get past Darth Vader. Where have I heard that before? I don't know.
I love it though. I was thinking my next selection was going to be, more meet and greets, but like, let's make those characters more advanced, maybe more robotic, kind of like the BB-8 experience, but make them like kind of all like animatronics, have photo shoots with animatronic characters. You don't even need humans, but
interesting.
That was my thought too. I don't know. What do you guys think of something like that?
I like that.
Okay.
That's like Kyle right there is something I never even thought of. Fast passes are good when it rains. Yeah, I didn't even cross my mind, but he's right, I guess. Yeah.
What if you had multiple stations? Like, for example, what if you had Mickey in two places? How when you're standing in line and you're up in line to meet Mickey Mouse, and Mickey's taking a 10-minute break or Mickey's taking a 5-minute break. That's where he comes out on the other location, so that way if the kids are paying attention saying he can't be in two places at once, well, he just teleported over to the other side of the park for 10 minutes or whatever. Do it that way. Multiple stations with multiple characters, especially the popular ones. I mean, would it really, really tick people off that much? We're all grown-ups pretty much, and the kids that are too small, they wouldn't recognize it anyways, but you could have more than one Mickey Mouse in the park at once, maybe. Throw that out there. Would that be sacrilege?
Yeah.
Would that be blasphemy? Would it be...
We go every Christmas, we go to Macy's in the city, and they have the Santa there, and you go through the line and everything, and then literally it's the forest, and then they stop you, and they take you to the different rooms where there's different big men. So you can get to see multiple of him. So they do it. They probably have like 10 of them. So you take your pictures and everything.
The popular ones, So
yeah, definitely. I think it's a great idea. It's a really good idea. I never put that concept with Disney for them to do it. So thanks.
Yeah, you'd have to keep Mickey the same. You couldn't have
right.
regular Mickey, because then everybody would want one with each of the different Mickeys. Yeah, so you'd have to keep Mickey the same in order for that to work.
Yes.
Definitely put our links here.
Thank you, Rob.
Definitely check out More Sunshine, please. Disney Nerd Herders, me, and of course the live place. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe to this channel too.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. All right, so were we? I forget who wants to go. How about that? We'll leave it up. Anyone have another big concept?
I had one more concept about dining in regards to, one of the problems that we constantly run into is when right after we get our food, we go out to the dining room and then there's no tables in which to sit at.
Yes.
So what if they had tables throughout the park? They label them. They have a little code. This is table A13 or whatever. You use the app and say, you go and you can order from anywhere in the park and say, I am sitting at table A13 or A113.
Oh,
nice. Well played.
So many people got that.
Does anyone offer that? That's a great idea.
Come deliver to your table. That way you can go sit at anywhere. You don't have to be in that specific restaurant. And they deliver the food. Maybe there's a centralized food distribution area where they can have all the different meals from there.
Be Our Guest has that concept for lunch when you go. I was blown away by that concept. But I'm trying to think, Charlie, if I'm understanding this right, you would buy the food and then they would give you, here's your table, A13, and then you go to
No, I would say you find the table first, and then you go onto the app where you can order the food from any of the app places that are on the app. And then you say, okay, I'm sitting at table A113.
Right.
And then you order and you sit there and you wait. And then they come bring you all the food to your table.
But you ever been to Be Our Guest for lunch?
I never. We haven't been to Be Our Guest for a long, long time.
Well, I went, and I think it was a couple of years ago, and literally they were trying to do this concept where I actually had the reservation. And they say, hey, if you want to be a test of it, let us know. So you order it the night before. You go in the reservation. They put you on A113. You literally sit down. They literally don't even nothing. They do it by your bands, and they bring you the food right to your table. So that's a great concept. I really like that. They actually can do it. So they should do more of it, though. It is really cool.
To the park.
Yeah, 100%. I love that.
Nothing worse than standing there with a tray waiting for a table to open up. When you especially have like a family of 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever, and you're like, and no one wants to get up.
It's the worst. Or like one of the, like, mom has to sit down and dad has to take care of everything, or vice versa or something, and the kids. Yeah. I love it. It's a great idea.
Thanks.
Definitely. Jim?
What do we got? Back to keeping our distance from each other. I think virtual.
By the way, timeout. Maybe that could be another show. By the way,
maybe
Fifth Gate social distancing. No, maybe it doesn't even have to be Fifth Gate per se, but I don't know.
One thing Dean and I experienced with Rise of the Resistance was the virtual queue. Oh. So we were able to get a place in line and then go about and hit 2 or 3 other rides while we're waiting to get back on to get on Rise of the Resistance. So I think just generally we're all going to see more virtual queues in the future, and certainly for a Fifth Gate, I think they need to tweak it a little bit because it seems like it's such a lottery system right now, and if you've got a good internet connection, or you're standing in the right place of in the park where the signal's strong, I think there's a future for virtual queues that will benefit everybody. The Fast Pass system as it stands right now is okay. I think maybe Anaheim does it a little bit better. People seem to like that more, but maybe we'll save it for another show.
They had to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I love all these ideas. I wish this Fifth Gate would open already. Darn it. Dean, what are you thinking? Anything else?
I was looking at my list here, and there's nothing that we haven't covered, so I'm all done.
Me too.
We won.
The one more thing on my list I had was I love one of my favorite all-time thing, and ironically, I premiered a video today, the Main Street Electrical Parade. But I love I think my all-time favorite thing, like show, parade, whatever, is Spectral Magic in Disney World. I just miss that so much. I'd love to see another, and what's the parade called in Disneyland? Paint the Night? Is that it, Jim? I love that parade too.
That was, yeah.
I love that parade. Just so cool. But I would like to take all the cool elements of those parades and just bring it into a nighttime parade. Unfortunately, it just seems like it's very limited. And then it's just a lot of filler. But I'd love to have a killer parade with a lot of killer floats, a lot of killer stuff. And I think they incorporate projection mapping too. Well, no, Paint the Night's it's in California Adventure, right? In that one. But do they have?
That's World of Color.
World of Color, but I'm trying to think of what's that parade. It has like cars in it. It has Pixar stuff. It has a lot of different stuff, and they use the song from Wreck-It Ralph. It's just a really cool parade. I just can't. I'm sure someone in the chat will remember, but it's just cool. I think incorporate, like you said,
no.
Yeah,
projection maps. Yeah, Artie
usually knows all that stuff, right?
Projection maps and incorporating. They did it in. I keep bringing Universal into it, but they did it in Tokyo Universal. They had Jurassic Park and Harry Potter and those kind of things, and the floats would come down and the projection maps would be on the walls and everything. So I just think it'd be awesome. Like a nighttime thing with the projection maps would be cool.
It's so versatile, and you can do so much. Like you said, overnight or from 1 minute to the next, you can change the Tower of Terror, from Twilight Zone into Christmas Wonderland.
A candy cane, yeah.
Yeah, it's I love it. I think they're just scratching the surface too, and it's only going to get better and look. Side note, you know how they just repainted Cinderella Castle, and they made the blue spires a little darker. I wonder how that's going to affect the projection mapping on it.
I'm sure they tested it. So
yeah, no doubt. What am I worried about? Of course they tested it. Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Everyone had all their stuff in there. I think we covered everything. I'm going through the notes here and keep looking over it. So I think it's really cool. I think that's another. Did we say it's another show too, Dean? Like a water park show we talked about at some point?
I think we're gonna. I think we were gonna do that as part of this one, but if we continue on after episode 6, then I think we'll explore. I think it's going to be more individual attraction idea focused. So,
okay.
Episode 7 can be pet based. People can bring their pets to a pet amusement park, puppy park.
Pet mountain.
It's tough for people who are allergic to pets like me, but
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think we had an amazing episode. So good, such great brainstorming. It's so cool to bring another person into. Thank you so much, Charlie, for coming. It's awesome that you came on and everything. And Charlie said he's seen almost all the episodes. We let him slide. He might have missed one, but thank you so much for your support, Charlie. You're awesome. Talk about Disney. Yeah, talk about Disney Nerd Herders. You guys are on live Wednesdays, 7:00. Tell me a little bit more about Disney Nerd Herders, and we're gonna put your link down there too. So you guys both, by the way, More Sunshine Please and Disney Nerd Herders hit 1,000 subscribers each. They just hit it a couple weeks ago, and let's get them. They just got to get their hours in. So do me a favor, let their videos play. Let's get their hours in. So
yeah. So we're just we do, like you said, Wednesdays at 7 for not quite prime time, ready for prime time live stream. We'd like to have lots of guests on both shows now. Wednesdays at 7 as well as Sunday mornings at 11. What we got coming up this tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
We are going into the Animal Kingdom, and we are continuing our 4-part ride ranking system, ranking shows. Jim, this guy is going to be joining us tomorrow.
Nice.
As well as D&G Explorers.
Great channels.
We're going to be ranking all of the rides in Animal Kingdom. And then Sunday we are on with Amy from AJC Magic TV and the Dufilly crew. They're going to be joining us, and we are going to be talking the other park. we're going to be doing Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios. We're going to show that park some love. So come check us out.
Very cool. And Derek just yelled, "Don't forget 5 Foolish Mortals."
5 Foolish Mortals. That's right. When is it? We haven't set a time for the next show yet, but I believe it's going to be on my channel sometime, I imagine, in June.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it. This has been fun. I was nervous at first, wondering what is park design going to be about, and then you guys started talking about, like, oh, okay, I can do that, and it was a relief that I had come up with 2 pages of notes.
Frankly, you were the foundation for the whole show. We just talked about what your ideas were.
I like that.
But thanks for having me. All you guys are awesome. You've been such great supporters,
Charlie.
and I appreciate every one of you. Really, I mean, you're so much. You're so kind and so big friends of the channel, and really, really appreciate you all. Thanks.
These are great. Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
Russ Stapleton just did a nice comment. Been listed. Put that comment up there, Dean. Been listed all down. I love it. Too funny.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Russ. I appreciate it. And of course, the Sunshine Nation, Jimmy. Jim, come on. First off, Jim, I'm very disappointed in you.
Oh, holy cow.
Not one horn the whole show. You guys don't know, every time I come on to Jim's channel, he plays that horn, so I appreciate it. So I always say that's a little Jersey in me. So thank you so much, Jim. I had to have that. So Sunshine Nation, more sunshine, please. Tell us more about your channel before we get out of here.
I don't. Did I ever show you this? I named the. Hang on. Let me zoom in here. This is where this is the device I play
Big
the
screen,
sounds
Dean,
from.
Big screen. Put them big.
So
there we go. Hold on a second.
go.
Put them big.
I don't know if you can see it. There's a bottom middle. Oh,
Is that
you
me?
can't see
Oh,
it.
that's
It is
so-
you.
it is me.
It is you.
That's awesome.
It's the picture of you
so
pointing to
cool.
the paper.
Very nice.
Oh well.
I love that thing. I love that.
I
That's
tried.
awesome. I got to get that button thing.
It's fun.
Tell us about more sunshine, please, Jim. That's awesome. Thank you.
Well, like you were kind enough to mention, recently hit 1,000 subscribers. Now I'm in a shameless race to get my watch hours. So I'm going live whenever I can. So probably I do a Tuesday evening live stream at 7:30. So, but I've set up a playlist for anybody that's willing. It's a playlist on my channel called Everything on My Channel, and you just play it and you just let it go and you go to bed, and you just let all my videos play. And I thank you in advance. So Tuesday is my regular show, but I'm trying to go more often during lunchtime when I can. So I'm thinking tentatively Thursday I'm going to go live. You had a great idea, I think, Rob, of showing off my 360-degree camera, exactly how I edit with that or get it to work or what.
Great.
So I plan on doing that soon, and doing the trivia. I'm a huge fan of trivia, so I've been doing that. And sketches. Disney Parks blog have posted a bunch of how to draw a bunch of Disney characters. So I've done that in the past.
You're very good at that.
Oh, thanks. I was thinking, I've been doing it with a pencil so I can erase if I want to. I was thinking about doing one with a Sharpie and seeing how that comes out. I don't know about that. It was just a thought. Again, brainstorming. But Rob, thank you for the support, posting my link and all that jazz. And Dean, thank you for hosting this awesome show. It's an honor to be a part of it.
Well, thank you, Jim.
Cool. And of course, my channel, Robfuz. I do retro videos. I go live every Friday, 4:00. And I go live with these guys too. I have a blast doing it. And I've been doing some Animal Crossing videos, which is fun, and retro videos. And I appreciate your support too, guys. Thank you. And of course, I'm going to do your plug, Jim. Don't forget the liveplace.com. It's incredible. We're all part of the Live Place. Go there for family fun live streaming. Dean's got a lot of cool stuff coming up. So he has a lot of great ideas. And guys, if you haven't there you go. Thank you so much, Jim. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, if you came from other places, please, I want to get Dean to 1,000 subscribers soon too. So hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Dean does a lot of fun stuff. Trivia. He had a video the other day doing a viral video. It's really cool. and he just has a lot of fun on this channel. And I love seeing Dean, and I think you're amazing, Dean. Thank you for being such a great friend and a great partner. Just such a great guy.
It's nice of you to say that. And I'll just say, and I tease myself a lot because with the live place, we've just hit 90 streamers, 89 of which I consider to be very good streamers. And then I am fortunate to join. Rob,
why do you do it, Dean? Why do you do that? You're awesome. Everybody thinks you're awesome. You need to think you're awesome. All right, there we go.
He's my age, by the way.
Appreciate that. So I just want to say thanks again. First, Charlie, it has been a privilege to get to know you. We've linked up a few times on streams. You've had me on yours. Glad to have you on this one. Love you and Stacy, everything you do, and hope you'll come on again, as we are certainly planning to go beyond 6 episodes. So
Anytime.
Thank you for joining us. Robfuz, you have been my support. You have been a technical guru and the DJ Rockstar, and look at him. He's like that one. Well, I won't. And so thank you, Robfuz, as always. What do you think?
I'm telling Jim to hit the button. He's not hitting the button.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Not
Jim,
sorry.
I appreciate your friendship. You know, I had the privilege of being with Jim down at Disney World, so we have some great memories together. He's been a great collaborator. He's really good at this, and so I was lucky that he agreed to join the show. So thank you, Jim. I did want to dote on you guys a little bit before I finish here, and I'll just say
one more thing. Dean's going to be on my show on Friday, so check out my show Friday, 4:00. So it's going to be a nice surprise. So
I will
bring that full screen, Dean. Bring that full screen. Bring that banner back up.
Okay. So I'm going to be on Rob's show on Friday. I'm going to be on D&G Explorers tomorrow night. So definitely check that out. I believe it's at it's 8:00, right? I believe it's 8:00 their time.
Yes. Yep.
And then I will be on Disney Dan this Saturday. So next show, you asked Rob, what's the date? It's June 16th, again, a Tuesday. We are going to, as Rob said, have an open forum, and we're going to focus more on the chat. So please come back. It was so great to have so many great people in here offering great insights and ideas. Well, this episode is geared towards you guys. So basically, join us on June 16th with Disney Dan, who is an awesome brother, a great live streamer from across the pond. We love Dan, so he will be with us on June 16th.
It's 2 a.m. now, right? Poor Dan. He's going to do it. So
Dan can't be with us. And so, guys, with that, I'm going to go through my end slides. Thanks again. Thanks for everybody who joined. Let's see. I'm going to go full screen here. I say 80 channels, but it's what did I just do? All right, this thing's being wonky. I want to thank the 90 channels that now stream with the live place. I want to thank my partners, Resort TV One, Road Trip Dave, A Disney Life for Me, and this guy who was below me, Robfuz, my partner. That's something I'm really excited about, and so thanks for being my partner, Rob. And here is my Dreamers Empire information. And I'm just going to buzz through this. This is my contact information. Everybody wants to know that. And my final saying, which is, let me go full screen for this, the end, or should I say the beginning of your future. So have a good night, everybody. And we'll see you later.
Good night.
Good night.
guys.